17 dots we're talking about. Only I'd say they paced themselves nicely again. Happy to give the strike back to Hope. Third and fine leg inside the circle with ball under the umpire.
Yeah, quite unusual, that approach from Saif. He's actually in that last delivery through and over. That's not something you see too often. He's a right-hand orthodox, but the left-hander, this is more orthodox, through and round. You don't see this as often nowadays than previously. Yeah, finds the gap wonderfully to end over. A good bit of placement and timing from Alec Athanaze. 9 runs from that over, 59 for 1.
The last 5 of the skyscrapers amounting to 8 runs and above shows the acceleration. They've picked up the tempo. It's going to be Nasum again from the Nexus Bay end. It was a fine shot. Well hit. That's good piece of fielding from Tanzil Tamim.
The up, not a bad delivery from Nasum, but he's so classy. And then in the deep, just look at this effort. I wonder if it's legitimate. Very good up until that point. Exceptional work. The ball just ricocheting off his left boot though. So we might need a closer inspection there. All clear. Well done. Well done, Tamim.
James Ferment, the fielding coach, will be happy with those efforts. So far, the questions asked tactically by Bangladesh. Quick single. These two batters in Hope and Athanaze have answered with flying colors.
Good communication, good response. That's what you need as a batting pair, that trust. Yeah, wonderful batting again from the West Indian captain. He's known now for his prowess in one-day international and the way he's transformed his T20 game. For 5,000 T20 career runs for him now. A class apart. The way he constructs his innings, something that all young players can learn from. Gives himself time, plays classical cricketing strokes. And the contemporary batters, Shamanoy, they look at strike rate and they look at 6s and 4s. It's not the modus operandi of Shea Hope. He goes about his business a lot differently from the others. Plays percentage shots, classical shots, finds the gaps, times the ball, and when he's looking for 6s, he usually goes straight down the ground, no matter the length. Just another example of his high class and skill. Plays the ball late and uses the pace of the bowler.
He's sticking to the basics and playing according to the merit of the ball. This time, a slightly off, had time, keeping slightly low, but he plays it late. He waits for it, then carves it away between those fielders.
Even when the deliveries are short of a good length, he still looks to flat bat it for 6. Straight back over the bowler's head. When other batters generally look at the mid-wicket region. 68 for 1.
That's
Five bowlers used by Leighton Dash. Set for Rishad Hussain, I think, is going to be introduced now. Tuskin with the wicket. Tanzim was unlucky. 2 catches being spilled off his bowling. It's going to be Rishad from the Rocket end, who's bowled brilliantly, particularly in the ODI series. 62 wickets. Best of 3 for 18. Bangladesh need him to be at his best today. Giving him a slip cotton early on is Leighton Dash.
Yeah, just a 1 over for Saif, so perhaps Leighton was trying to get rid of an over to make things slightly easier at the back end. A period where they suffered immensely. 51 in the last 3 overs in game 1.
Oh, wings deployed. It is a 6 from Hope, lands in the stands. It's a rocket 6.
Remarkable, really remarkable from the West Indian captain. First delivery, full and slightly wide. And just look at that. Sails for 6, 101 meters. Sensational shade.
Clean hit. Seen him cut the ball in the previous over. Now, when it's in his arc, in his slot to full, makes the
in the ODI series, we mentioned his record against this opposition, which was phenomenal in T20 internationals. He averages over 50 as well against Bangladesh. Just a small sample size, the 4 matches, a strike rate of a touch under 200. So he really loves this opposition. He loves batting in these conditions as well. And just carrying on from game 1.
He pulled the length back, Rishad. Still has the heart to pitch it up, but much better lengthwise.
And what he does well, Shay, that so many other batters can learn from is when that he's not getting boundaries, he's not getting 4s or 6s, he rotates the strike quite well. So generally, he has a low dot ball percentage. Yeah, best of an unbeaten 102 against Australia recently. So his career has really been tremendous in the recent past. One of my all-time favorite batters from the West Indies, Shehu.
Leighton Dash just letting Rishad know the dot balls are important. Precious dot ball. In the slot again. That's a biggie. This time from Athanaze into the crowd. Second rocket 6 of this over.
Yeah, they're happy. They're ecstatic to get the ball in their direction. But Rishad Hussain will be disappointed. Misses his length again. Full. That is 92 meters. 13 from the first to 4. Yeah, that was the difference in the last game. The number of boundaries hit, the 6s in particular.
Also goes on to tell us that this is a far better surface where the bounce is trustworthy.
Yeah, Shea Hope has faced 23 deliveries. Yeah, just the 5 dot balls. He's already raced the 38, 3 4s and a couple of 6s, but it's his dot ball percentage which continues to be impressive. There again, can't get a boundary. What does he do? He gets a single, retains the strike. 15 from his first, 83 for 1.
Well, he certainly likes playing against Bangladesh. The West Indian captain averages 66. Bangladesh, Nasum, bowling from the nexus pay end. Now later on, somewhat forced to spread his field. Kind of mood both Hope and Athanaze are in. But as you were saying, Badri, reducing the dot ball percentage, referring to Hope, how good is he? Hitting a 6 and then taking a single. Bangladesh batters can take a note of that.
Yeah, they'll certainly need to, but currently what they need to do desperately is to get a wicket, get a new batter in. Because Ali Athanaze will be taking on the left-hand orthodox bowler, and he's done so with a rocket 6 to great effect.
With Nasum, left-arm spinner, coming in, bowling to the left-handed Athanaze. The ball coming in his arc. To his strength, he plays. Doesn't matter if the fielder was placed at deep square leg. He has the confidence to put it away, up and away. It sails over that fielder for a rocket 6. Next delivery, plays it with soft hands, runs the first one hard. They're coming back with the second throw as the keeper said no ball again. Direct hit. I think that's a corner. 2 fingers have gone up, not the umpire's one. Umpire Sharafudullah Ibn Shoaib Shoykot going upstairs to Mastur Rahman Mukul. Does Bangla decision pending?
TV umpire to director, we have a umpire's review for run out at bowling stand. Show me your side on angle, please. Slowly. Can one frame back, please? One frame back. Move forward, move forward. Frame by frame. One frame back. Can I have opposite angle, please? Just on from back. Better oil inside when base off. I am ready to make my decision for big screen.
It is a nexus pay, not out. It was a close call nonetheless. Throw in from Tanzir Santamim, who's fielding brilliantly on the field.
He wants to strike Ali Athanaze. Shehu was maybe a little bit surprised that the throw came to his head and directed. Yeah, they were confident that it was out. Look at Jakar Ali. It was very, very tight. Ali Athanaze has moved on rapidly to 49 from 29 deliveries.
Batting at a strike rate of 169. He's taken 29 deliveries for his 49. Giving West Indies the start they were looking for now. Hit a deep point. Lifted much finer. Deep backward point. And there he gets to it. 50 for Ali Athanaze. Very well played knock, as Darren Sammy and the full dugout clap and appreciate the innings.
They're only his second T20 international half century, and they've been searching for a suitable opening batter, someone reliable, someone who can forge a strong partnership. The man from Dominica played in that 2018 under 19 World Cup. All former player now.
It's a very good over from the West Indies point of view. 11 runs of the 10th. It's 94 for 1 West Indies at a time that calls for drinks.
West Indies dominating here in the second T20 International. Lost King early, but after that, wonderful partnership of 93 between Ali Kathanas, Scott 50 and Shea Hope, doing wonderfully well and setting the platform. Well, a few hundred miles, well, a few hundred kilometers from here, due south, if you travel, you come to the only coral island of Bangladesh, St. Martin's.
Here, nature teaches us to care, to protect what gives us life. In this place, you find yourself, one with the earth, the water, and the wind. Here, nature reveals itself.
Good serenity at St. Martin's, but nothing serene for the bowlers here. Only Taskin Ahmed getting the wicket of Brandon King. The others really struggling, and they've been taken to the cleaners by some belligerent batting by the West Indians. 93 runs unbroken between the skipper and Ali Kathanas, really threatening to take the bowling apart. A little push away, and that's what they've done well, interspersed the singles along with the big shots. Good evening, Parvez Maroof.
Evening, Shamim. 7th bowler used by Bangladesh, forced to, I should say, with the attacking powers of the two batters, Hope and Athanase, partnership of 94-52. Saif Hassan, the part-timer, bowled 1 over it for 9 runs. And Shamim, it's going to be interesting to see how the two batters will line the part-timer. Will the left-hander will go after him or the right-hander?
Well, he's going for the charge. One thing that the batters have to be careful about, sometimes you see a part-timer coming on and you feel a little overconfident, you want to take him on, and in the process maybe play a few rush shots. They just do not want to throw away their wickets. And Liton Kumar Dash, standing behind, would exactly like to have that, because he'd be happy if the part-time bowler can get a wicket.
Concerned faces everywhere, Shamim. 96 for 1 in 10.2. Bangladesh need a wicket somehow.
I hope will be aware of the little variations that Shamim Hussain, despite the fact that he's a part-timer, he does have that ability to have the variations in his bowling.
Shea Hope at the toss with Tatar did mention they would like to have 20 more runs from the first game, just 185. At the rate that the West Indies are carrying on with the firepower yet to come, I think even 200 is threatening.
Yeah, it's definitely on the card. Once again, just trying to walk down and meet the ball. Hasn't really succeeded. 4 singles so far in this over, and if he can continue doing that, ensure there isn't a boundary, that will be a good over for Bangladesh.
Right, something's going to happen in the next 2 deliveries, that's for sure. 4 singles with the part-timer. That's not on as far as Shea Hope is concerned.
There he goes. Latched onto that one, and that's going the full distance. Maybe not timing it 100%. Despite that, that flourish of the bat took it for a rocket 6.
Batsman's instincts, Shamim. What a hit, right in the hitting arc. A flat hit brings up the 100 and a rocket 6 in this innings. Poor delivery, got to be said. Trying to bowl 4, missing the length, and that was an excellent hit. Down the ground on 49, Shea.
And he gets the single that takes him to his 50. This is his 8th T20 International 50, appreciated by the dugout there, and it's been a lovely innings of 30 balls. And that is the completion of the 11th over. It's 105 for 1. continues to enjoy himself. Leading from the front, once again trying to hoik it away with that attempted slog sweep. Gets a single nevertheless.
Yeah, the platform is set beautifully for the West Indians. A lot of firepower to come. Both these batters are in, both fresh from scoring their half centuries, and they will certainly attack. And this man on screen, what a player. From the one-dayers, leading from the front. Even today, a must-win game to win the series. Certainly, he's not disappointed the crowd.
And he's joined by Athanaze now. He might be an S4 bowler here. And it's been taken. At last, some relief. Nasir Mohammed enticing Athanaze to go big. He does not really get a hold of it and holds out in the deep. Some relief for Bangladesh with that wicket.
By slowing it down, Nasum, the first delivery was at 90.3 and this one 85.3, back of the length. Ali Athanaze, the length was there to pin away. Probably the length slightly on the shorter side. Right intention, but the execution was poor. Nevertheless, the young man has played a very good knock of 52 of 33 deliveries. West Indies are 106 for 2.
Bangladesh desperately in search of breaking that threatening partnership have managed it. Sheffield Rutherford, 350s in his 36th innings. What a wonderful strike rate to have. He will not hang about. They've got the platform. They're going to go after the bowling. Maybe take a bit of time to have a look at what the ball is doing. And he got it! Straight away! Nasir Mohammed! Quicker delivery, that kept low, helmet's line, and it's timber. And it's another wicket down. Bangladesh are right back in this game.
His strength and length should have been in the front foot. And for the second time in consecutive games, Sharifan Rutherford goes for a golden duck. The first game, in a sky of Taskin Ahmed. In this occasion, played down the wrong line, went to the back foot where he should have been in the front foot. Just arm delivery which went with the arm. And this misses the left hand, gone without scoring. 106 for 3.
Player of the match from the last game, Robin Paul comes in and he's facing the hat-trick ball. Misjudged the length totally, wasn't he? Going 95.7 the previous delivery, the quickest in this over. And Nasir Mohammed was bowling superbly even in the last series against Afghanistan. He's continuing his good work and he's on a hat-trick. Remember, no Bangladeshi bowler have taken a hat-trick before, and Nasir Mohammed has the opportunity to be the first. Rashad Hussain into the slips. Rahman Paul, good numbers, 1969 runs. Walks around, down the wicket. Just soothes the nerves. Does a little bit of gardening. That's the feel for him. Everyone will be loud. A little more marshalling of the troops from Liton Dash, bringing in the deep mid-wicket. A little squarer. Here we go. Right behind that. Sensible way to negotiate your first ball.
Man of the match from the previous game, Roman Powell. He'll probably give himself a little chance by spending time. Once he gets going, he's an handful.
He can afford to buy this time, as you mentioned. So they've got this wonderful platform.
The first one to go, Ali Athanaze. I thought he had the right intention. Trying to play the slot sweep, no timing. taken by Tanzila Santami. Running in from deep mid wicket, and the next delivery. Sharfan Rutherford missed a straight one, and believe me or not, 2 golden ducks in 2 games.
Last thing you want as a batter. Very successful over completed. 12 done. 108 for 3. Halfway through the innings, complete domination by the West Indies, and then suddenly a couple of wickets from Nasir Ahmed in his last over has turned things around ever so slightly. Now Bangladesh will feel that they'll manage to check at least the flow of runs, if not take the wickets. The Shea Hope still there. Well, the West Indians will be hoping that he can carry on in his merry way, the manner in which he's dominated the bowling. Mustafizur Rahman, 6 runs in his first over. And immediately when a wicket falls, the other bowlers get charged up too.
Very good bouncer. That zip pass, the helmet of Shea Hope. Nice and quick. Good start by Faiz in his very first over in the new spell. Certainly beat for pace that occasion. Probably with 2 wickets falling, I think Riton Kumar Das realizes this is the partnership that he wants to separate these 2 players. Batted so well in the last game. I think the right option is to be a bit attacking, especially with Roman Powell new to the crease.
Absolutely. I think he might just employ at least a slip when he comes into bat. I guess the Fizz uses the width of the crease, a little tangled up with that shot. Wasn't quite in control, gets a thick inside part, trickles away. It's a couple.
Certainly looked uncomfortable there, Shea Hope. Probably was expecting the ball to move away with the angle towards the offside. And that was aimed at the ribs, or probably the middle stump. Not so comfortable, and they're batting well when they're scoring runs. But Lady Luck is on your side, wasn't it? Any other day would have been inside into the stumps. On that occasion.
Well, I don't see a slip being put in yet because Hope is on strike. But I just feel the use of the width of the crease. The ball before the last one, very significant. The manner in which Mustafizur Rahman bowls wide of the crease to just accentuate that angle going to Shea Hope.
Showing his experience here, Faiz. Couple of deliveries with pace, 132, 136, and the last delivery at 123, bowling the cutter. Probably happy to have Roman Powell at the strikers and trying to attack him. Has bowled the highest number of dot deliveries in T20 cricket. That shows the class and the ability, especially in the middle overs and the mid overs, with the leg cutter. Right, Kumar Das on the attack. But we can go to the slips. Long on fielder coming to the circle. That's 5 fielders in the 30-yard circle. Certainly trying to attack and trying to put the pressure straight on the new batter, Roman Powell.
That's a good ball. That was anticipated. He's reading the game well. Realizes that the West Indians will just take a bit of time to regroup. Now it's the time to strike. The new batter particularly. Oh, he's gone in that, but there is cover in the deep at deep third. Nasum collects and just the single.
Full control there, Roman Powell. Back on the length, probably expecting the ball to be back on the length. Nasum, what an over. Changing the momentum of the game, and straight away, probably West Indies in the drinks break after the 10th over would have been talking about a 191. 95 and close to 100, probably readjusting themselves to something close to 180 unless a big goal comes from somewhere. Changing the field with Shea Hope and the strikers, and now the long on comes in, the long off drops back. 3 fielders outside the circle in the offside, only 2 in the leg side at deep mid and deep square leg.
so supple with his variations. Gets the big man, the important batter Shahib to slice it. It's a good catch taken by Shamim.
Beautifully bowled, going for the full Monty extra cover drive by Shahib, slicing it. Needed a wicket, Liton Kumar does. That's why he bought his trump card, Mustafizur, into the attack, and he certainly dismissed the big batter of West Indies. Shahib got 55, 112 for 4.
Perfect
The game has turned around on its head. Bangladesh taking 3 wickets in quick succession. 106, 106, 112. This is the last one.
Beautifully disguised slow delivery, way outside the off stump. Probably wanted to play through a straight extra covered area, slicing it. He'll be delighted with Chris picking up the wicket, and that too, the match winner, the captain marvel, Shahib. Shamim Hassan thought to red cow point. That was an easy catch. On the attack again, Mustafiz with Jason Old at the strikers end with a slip in place, keeping the mid wicket vacant.
Yeah, experienced player, but he'll be under pressure. And another slow one foxes him. Just goes past the bat. Wonderful over, wicket and just the 4 runs. 1-1-2 for 4. Brendan King got a live first ball but did not hang around too long. But after that, there was a brilliant partnership which really threatened the Bangladeshis and promised to take the West Indies to a mammoth total. But this funny old game keeps on surprising us on a regular basis. 3 wickets falling within about 6 runs has brought the game back in favor of Bangladesh. They've got their tails up. The fielders are really on their toes, and Tanzim Saqib, who bowled 2 decent overs, comes back.
I like this move by Liton, being aggressive against the 2 new batters. Easily could have brought Rishad Hussain into the attack, but he's not. And that's because Tanzim Hassan Shakib can surprise the batter with pace and good lines. That particular delivery being genuinely outside the off stump.
Yes, indeed, and Tanzim Saqib brings that bit of extra skid to a ball. Not the tallest of bowlers. He's both the last one 134, but the manner in which he hits the deck and gets the ball to maybe seam back ever so slightly can outfox the batter on occasion.
Liton Kumar Das has the option of having one more field outside the circle, but he's not worried about anything else than picking up wickets. Brendan King went early, and then a massive partnership with Athanaze and Shahib, and then Athanaze dismissed Sharfat Rutherford as well as the prize wicket of Shahib. Doing the right thing, Bangladesh skipper attacking. 16 runs, 3 wickets, certainly changing the game on its head.
Now he's testing him with the short pitch deliveries. He inquires with umpire Rahman Pal. Umpire not interested, but there's a very positive attitude from the Bangladeshi skipper. Done well to keep the pressure up. 3 dot balls in this over so far.
Shamim, good bouncer. The protector guide, it was right in the edge. I think the benefit of the doubt should go to the bowler. And good piece of umpiring by Saikat at the bowler's end, as well as from the square legs, just signaling 1 for the over.
Oh, just there. He had to check. He had that big back lift. Trying to go for the swing. Had to check. Because the ball again skidded onto him.
We spoke a lot about the protector guide, Shamim. That's for the benefit of viewers. The two lines just next to the batsman, the little purple or the red lines, those are the protector guide with the new ruling. And it's on the trial for 3 months, going to be end of the year by ICC. I think it's a good move, giving the little leverage to the bowlers.
Yeah, in the white ball format, the leverage to the bowlers is become an essential part. There's a lot of rules and they've gone in favor of the batters.
The red lines, benefit of viewers, that's a new ruling of the ODIs and the T20s, which is called the protector guide. The guide for the umpires in case the ball goes even down the leg side to the wicket keeper, not hitting the pad, the umpires will still give that benefit of the doubt to the bowler, whereas gone are the days it will be called a wide.
Oh, almost jumped it on. Inside edge, trickles away and gets a very, very lucky boundary. Bad luck for the bowler, but it's 14 overs done. 117 for 4. The Manhattan tells you the story, doesn't it? Till 11th over, it was the batters dominating, getting big overs, big shots all around the ground, and suddenly it's turned around. Well, lucky shot, very, very fortunate. Now, that's in the air. Thank you very much and goodbye. Rishad has joined the party, and Rampat Paul, who really was the dominating factor in the last game, perishes just for 3.
Softest dismissal. They were just the back of the leg spinner, and every time Nitin Kumar brings in a change in bowling, the bowler has delivered. Mustafiz delivered with the wicket of Shea Hope, and now Rishad Hussain was expensive in his first over, went for 15. His first ball of the second over, dismisses. Roman Paul struck it out, 117 for 5.
The game of glorious uncertainties lives up to that saying, and we've seen this happening. Surprised him, just locked it up.
And that's one big point in Robert Powell's game, playing the wrist spinners. And Mustafiz, he cannot believe his luck. That was a dolly.
Cross the chase on strike. 2 new batters in the middle. 2 batters will be under extreme duress because the bowlers have come back very strongly.
Yes, certainly, Shamim, the bowlers have been excellent. Coming back where a 200 run was threatening, almost now 170 would be a good score. Cross the chase, playing his 33rd innings. Certainly a batter who can be handy on his day, but had a forgetful ODI series, so he'll be wanting on a good pitch to bat to make a contribution.
Oh, another beauty. A slight polite inquiry to the square leg umpire for a stumping there.
Advantage of having a wrist spinner with full of confidence is this stream. Beautifully done. A perfect leg spinner's delivery. The late great Shane Warne would have been happy to see that delivery with curve, spin as well as bounce.
Talk about the perfect mixture. Oh, catch it is the goal. Fielder says, I'll catch it definitely, because Rishad Hussain, with that catch, I'm going to give you your second wicket in the over. Bangladesh right on top.
The second wicket fell at 106, baby on hot. And 118, the 6 wicket falls. There was a poor stroke by Jason Holder. For an experienced player trying to steady the ship where he was rocking for a while, that's not a stroke you play as an experienced batter. It's a rocket out with Jason Holder gone for 4. It's 118 for 6.
West Indies are imploding here. They're falling apart like a house of cards. Romario Shepherd, what can you do? Got to stick around. Just be sensible and play out the remaining overs.
Nothing sensible with that stroke. Trying to clear the boundary. Just facing a couple of 3 deliveries prior was a poor stroke. And every time Richard Kumar does brought in a change in bowling, the bowler has delivered.
He's making the batters think. Rishad Hussain, after an expensive first over, has come back so very well. Just the single run and 2 wickets in this over. Look at the manner in which they've collapsed. 106 for 1. 5 wickets falling for just 12 runs. And they get a single to finish over number 15. It's 119 for 6.
भूलर শেষ ও বড় দুইটা ছানি তো ওই লো খেলা একটা রেকর্ড খেলা লাস্ট 24 বলে পুরো হয়ে গেল তো ওটাই হয়েছে ডিসটেন্স বড় ইমপ্যাক্ট না আর কিছু পয়েন্ট নেই এর বাদে তারা রান পাতা করে এটা মোটামুটি
Just have a look at that. West Indies were cruising along at 106 for 1. And pick up a single, but 106 for 1, 118 for 6, incredible turnaround. That's what they say. Game of glorious innings. 12 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in 21 deliveries. That is a great comeback. Who would have thought? Look at that. 106 for 1 at one stage. They've completely turned the match on its head. But they still have 5 more overs, including this and another 4 more overs to bat through. Possible for them, Samuel Badri, to go perhaps beyond 150 from here on? 150. A previous commentator who will remain unnamed was just mentioning 200 plus. And now you're asking me about 150. How quickly the game changes. A dramatic collapse for those of the bowlers used so far and who will be available. This is his final over. He's been good, Tanzim. Yeah, but to answer your question, Romario Shepherd, as we've seen before, is quite dangerous in the last phase of the innings. If he can bat the remainder of this innings along with Ruston Chase, who sometimes goes under the radar as well, but he's quietly efficient. These two can stitch together something. Yes, certainly 150 plus is still on the cards. But Rishad Hussain, his first over after 15 runs conceded, just goes to show the importance of sticking to your plans and never giving up. None for 15 in his first, and then a couple wickets in his second, bringing his team strongly back into the game. Yeah, you got to give it to the bowlers. You've got to hand it to the bowlers, because at one stage it looked like that West Indies innings were going away for a really big total. And not only they managed to break that partnership early on, but they managed to pick up wickets at regular intervals, one after another. They picked up 5, and so quickly. At the moment, West Indies are on the back foot. Yeah, they've all contributed to this wonderful effort. And remember, series is on the line for them, so it's a game that they can ill afford to lose. Started off a little bit disappointingly in the field, but they've roared back strongly to that middle phase. Up to 16, 1 to 5 for 6. At this stage, with the current run rate, they will get to above 150, 156, but they'll still be looking to get a bit more. And it's important how they handle someone like Rishad Hussain. You mentioned about he was expensive in the very first over. He went for 15 runs, but he came back strongly by not only picking up 2 wickets in the very next over, but hardly gave anything away. He gave away 2 runs in that particular over. So it's all about how the West Indies batters from here on handle him. And also, don't forget Fizz. See that turn? Yes, and here they struggled in game 1, the last phase of the innings. But this time, though, they have different options. Rishad has a couple to bowl in the last 4, and you mentioned Fizz, who himself has 2. So it's going to be a different challenge altogether for the West Indians. Already 6 wickets down. So they can't take too many risks, but at the same time, they want to get to 180 perhaps. Powerfully struck fielder there. So it's worked out well for Liton Das with what he's left with in terms of his bowling options. This guy must have preserved with all of his variations. Will be so difficult to contend with. What can Shepherd and Chase muster in these remaining overs? Yeah, when you lose so many wickets in the cluster, the batting columns that you're talking about, then all of a sudden you realize the boundaries dries out. 16 balls since the last boundary. That partnership for Athanase and Sheho was going great guns, wasn't it? The 4s and 6s coming literally over. Nasum Ahmed was the one who broke that partnership. And not only broke that partnership, he picked up 2 wickets. He was on a hat-trick. Sherford Rutherford going first ball duck, second time around. Yeah, they still have a slip being utilized. You don't see this very often in T20 cricket. The 17th over, the last ball of the 17th over actually. There were Mario Shepherd on strike, but they know the importance of the wickets.
swing in and a miss against the turn. Another good over comes to an end. 3 in that over. West Indies 128 for 6.
तो दिसिल एन दिसिल एक बार जिनो डरा या 3 बार दिसिल 3 बार दिसिल तेवढा दोडू दिले betul misal itu nak betul cash mau cash saja.
Yeah, we spoke about a couple of wickets for the spinners, but what about Tanzim Hassan Shakir? I thought he was brilliant. Plays down the leg side, but nowadays there are the 2 new set of lines closer to the batter. And if it's within that area, there you go. The red line. That's where the bowlers, if the ball is inside that line, it will not be called a wide. It's on a trial basis. Again, there was width offered, but only be a couple of runs.
Fiz in all likelihood will bowl another over after this unless things go awry in this one. He has the option of Taskin Ahmed. Rishad has 1 as well, so he in all likelihood as well might bowl the next.
I'm sure he will bowl and if you look at the bowling from Bangladesh bowlers, they've used 7 bowlers. They even bowled Shamim for 1 over, which went for 11. Saif went for 9. Taskin has got a couple of overs left. He's picked up a wicket also. He's gone for 18 in the 2 overs that he has bowled. He's been brilliant. He's been outstanding also. He's unlucky. Could have picked up a wicket with his very first ball. Again, too close to cut.
He's warming up. Maybe there's an indication that he'll bowl 1 of the remaining overs. And if we cast our minds back to that first T20I, remember the last play in that one when he was dismissed, hit wicket, absolutely middled the ball for 6. Doesn't count though.
What nearly takes him the non-striker with that shot right back at him. Evasive action from the non-striker.
Almost decapitated Ruston Chase straight back at him. Powerfully drilled. Yeah, look at that. Only resulted in a single because it was so forceful.
Romario Shepherd is a non-striker. His highest score so far has been 44, not out of just 28, 2022 against England, 5 sixes. He's appealing, and he's been signalled a wide. Where's the boundary coming from?
Well, he was searching for it behind the wickets, maybe in that fine leg region with the fine leg in the circle. And Fizz saw him on the slower delivery. And where can they find it? They need one desperately.
It's a very good over It's in the dead once more. It's been very good from Mustafizur Rahman. He's conceded 6 in that over. 134 for 6.
প্রথম শুরু হয়েছে 12 বার
134 for 6. Now a couple of overs left. Opportunity was an option for Litun Kumar Das to continue with someone like Rishad Hussain, the right-arm leg spinner, who's gone for 5 runs in the last 2 overs. But now he's decided that no, it's going to be Taskin Ahmed. It just might go in favour of West Indies because the ball will come nicely onto the bat and they'll be looking to play a few aggressive shots here. Yeah, good shot, Atta. I too was thinking Rishad for this penultimate over. They've gone pace in Taskin. Has it found now? It's been stopped. It looked like that might have gone to the boundary, but good work in the deep. Might very well be a wonderful move from Litun Das. It's risky either way. Good work in the deep, I think. Yeah, comfortably done. Rishad could have gotten a wicket or two, maybe conceded some sixes. It could be the same for Taskin. It's just a matter of preference. And Litun decided to go with the pacer as opposed to the wrist spinner. I think I'm a little bit biased. I would have gone wrist spin. Again finding the fielder. And you could see the amount of turn that Rishad Hussain was getting. That's probably the reason why we all think that he probably could have been handy. Most wickets by pacers of balls that has been below speed of 125 k's. Taskin, the pace of the ball is the key here. Well, yeah, as you rightly pointed out, this can also go in their favour. If you look at that graphic, certainly suggests that he's the right bowler in these conditions at this stage of the game. Yeah, pace off. It's just gone over the fielder at short third. And it will go to the boundary. A nexus pay for after 26 deliveries. Yeah, not where he intended, Romario Shepherd. A vicious swing off the bat and it peels off. Slower delivery, yes. But because of the vicious swing, there's acceleration of the bat nonetheless. And with the spin of the surface, always leaving the fielder. It was desperate for the fielder to haul that one back in. No such luck. Expect Romario Shepherd to swing again. Yeah, he's hit 48 sixes in his career. T20 international career, Romario Shepherd. 41 of just 18 deliveries was against South African Centurion in the year 2023 when he smashed 4 sixes and a 4. So he is, as you said, more than capable of hitting some big sixes, but he's gone off strike now with that single. But they have managed to pick up 8 so far of the first 2 deliveries. So it's up to Roston Chase, who's looking around down the leg side. Third and the fielder at short fine inside the circle. Again, clever, really good from Taskin Ahmed. Again a slower delivery. Doesn't really allow the batter to get underneath it and get the elevation and the power. Yeah, only 24 runs conceded in the back end of the innings so far.
Last game they conceded 64. That's a significant improvement from them. 1 delivery and 1 over remaining. He's eyeing up something big. Can he close the over out tasking? That's well bowled. That's well bowled. Really good piece of bowling in the block hole. Well, he's thinking that maybe boot first. I don't know what he's thinking, but Liton Kumaradas isn't interested. That's all bat. 144 for 6.
First is the task of my yes, I have to do it.
Bangladesh up 4-12 in the later half of this innings. Right, the last over, Fizz. Again the wicket, and straight into the hands and gone. Pinpoint accuracy. Wonderful field placement from Fizz and from Liton Das. Didn't have to move a muscle except to raise his hands over his head and complete the catch. A rocket out, Shepherd goes 144 for 7. Caribbean is the new batter, left-hander. Wicket of the first delivery from Fizz. 144 on the board, but they need to score as many as possible, if it's possible, to get them past 150 and above. Gone. You've seen Nasir Ahmed earlier on a hat-trick. This is time for Fizz, who will be on hat-trick after cleaning up Caribbean. First ball, done for him. Yeah, golden duck as well. Eruption in the stands. Bang on target. Absolute wonderful stuff here from Mustafizur. The lights on, lights out for Caribbean. A very brief stay. 8 wickets down now. 144. Akil Hussain walks in and he'll be facing the hat-trick ball. Mustafizur Rahman has been on fire. He's now picked up 3 for 16. Yeah, they all love him. A great chance here for a hat-trick because Akil Hussain has to go after him. It's the final over. Can he be the first Arthur? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, in front of the stumps, but he managed to flick it away. Gets off the mark with a single. In this series, we've had quite a few opportunities for a hat-trick. This was the second wicket, that of Kari Pierre, the top of middle stump. Wonderful execution from the Fizz. And that's the response. They love him. Most dot balls in T20 internationals. His slower deliveries, his skill level so high. 3 deliveries remaining. Goes towards the offside and it picks it up. Picks the spot for a boundary. Yeah, knows where the fielders are, Ruston Chase. No one in that direction. Protecting the boundary, so goes offside to get that nexus pay for. Manipulation of the field. 149 now. A very good shot because he was waiting. The long one comes inside the circle. Well, somehow it has not gone nowhere. Inside edge stays right on top of the surface. Now, well bowled from Mustafizur Rahman. He's done a very good job as a skipper. When you see an opposition cruising at 106 for 1, and there's so many doubt in the skipper's mind, who are the bowlers going to come and break the partnership? And after Nasum broke that partnership, he's made the right call, the right changes, and it's worked in his favour. Lichut Kumar Das. Only 5 in this over. Again walks across, misses it completely. This could be a run out. It is. What an over. What an over from Mustafizur Rahman. Just the 5 runs. And he also picks up a couple of wickets. Wicket number 3 in this over. It's a run out. The West Indies end up with 149 for 9 after the end of the 20th over. 30 runs in the last 5 overs. I don't mind this last ball of the innings run until someone is run out. A slip from Ruston Chase and a sacrifice essentially from Akil Hussain. I think they're well short in this innings, but you never can tell. A game of glorious uncertainties, as we've heard before. They have runs on the board, something to defend, and Bangladesh will be very happy with their first innings effort with the ball, and particularly in the second half of the innings. West Indies capitulated. Look at that partnership between Athanaze and Hope. 105 runs that partnership was worth, but nothing thereafter. Chase with 17 unbeaten, and they end their innings on 149 for 9. Yeah, it was a collapse, wasn't it? 105 partnership that you were all talking about between Hope and Athanaze, and nothing apart from 26 of 28 between Shepherd and Chase. Really, Bangladesh bowlers came back strongly to restrict West Indies to 149 for 9. Let's head out to Shamanaya.
Nasum, একটা ওভার করেছেন পাওয়ার প্লে শেষ ওভারটা, মূলত শুরুর দিকে পাওয়ার প্লেতে বোলিং করে থাকেন। আজকে পরিকল্পনা কি ভিন্ন ছিল?
ভিন্ন ছিল বলতে আজকে উইকেটটা একটু গ্রাসে ছিল, এই জন্য ক্যাপ্টেন চাইছে যে পেস বোলার দিয়ে, আর আমরা ওই পেস বোলারটা খুব ভালোই বল করছে 5টা ওভার। আমার ওই ওভারে মনে হয় 11 না 12 রান হয়ে গেছিলো, বাট খারাপ বল করছি তা বলবো না, চান্সও হয়েছিল। যাক, আমার ব্যাটে গেছে আর কি ওই ওভারটা।
না, তারপরে তো আপনি ভালো রিকভার করেছেন, 106 এক উইকেটে ছিল, তারপর আপনি পরপর 2টা উইকেট নিয়েছেন। আমি জানি না আপনি জানেন কিনা, বাংলাদেশি কোনো বোলার এই ফরম্যাটে হ্যাটট্রিক নেই। আপনি অন দ্য বার্ড ছিলেন, অন হ্যাটট্রিক ছিলেন প্রথমে।
হ্যাটট্রিক চান্স এর আগেও কয়েকবার আসছিল, বাট হ্যাটট্রিক হয় নাই, একদিন হবে ইনশাআল্লাহ। বাট লাস্ট 10 ওভার বলবো আমরা সব বোলাররা মিলে খুব ভালো কামব্যাক করছে। যেহেতু 101 রান ছিল, তার মানে 48 রান করছে লাস্ট 10 ওভারে। অল ফ্যাটিক আমাদের বোলারদের জন্য সবাই খুব ভালো কামব্যাক করছে।
নিশ্চয়ই নিশ্চয়ই খুব ভালো হয়েছে। সারফেস ওয়াইজ 150 যে টার্গেটে আপনারা সীমিত করতে পেরেছেন, নিশ্চয়ই সেটা নিয়ে দল হিসেবে বাংলাদেশ খুশি।
আমরা আসলে খুশি, মানে 149-এ আটকাইতে পারছি। যেভাবে ব্যাটিং শুরু হয়েছিল এটা 200-ই মানে হওয়ার কথা ছিল আর কি। তা আলহামদুলিল্লাহ বোলারটা খুব ভালো কামব্যাক করছে, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ।
আপনাকে শুভেচ্ছা এবং শুভকামনা রইল।
ধন্যবাদ আপনাকেও, হাসেন না।
Now, thanks to that wonderful display of bowling, Mustafizur Rahman stood out with spell of 3 for 21, but was equally good support. Tanzim, I thought, bowled well. He went for only